4 billion years ago, long before Earth had forests, oceans filled with life, or even a sky the way we know it today, something extraordinary happened in the deep darkness of space. Somewhere in a distant galaxy, an event so powerful, so violent, and so brief tore through the fabric of the universe. Not sound, but a burst of raw energy, and sent it racing across the cosmos at the ultimate speed limit of reality. Expanding universe, waiting for a listener that did not yet exist. And then, in our time, it finally arrived. On Earth, the day it reached us felt ordinary. No earthquakes, no alarms, no warning. But deep inside a radio telescope, hidden from human senses, a sudden spike appeared, a flash lasting less than a heartbeat. Scientists stared at their screens in disbelief. This signal had crossed 4 billion light-years of space to reach us. It was older than our planet, older than our sun, older than life itself. And in that moment humanity realized something chilling. The universe had spoken, and we had only just learned how to listen. To understand the weight of this moment, you must imagine the scale of what 4 billion light-years truly means. A light-year is the distance light travels in 1 year, nearly 6 trillion miles. Multiply that by 4 billion, and the numbers lose. This signal began its journey when Earth was still a molten world, constantly bombarded by asteroids, with no continents, no oxygen-rich air, and no living creatures to witness the sky. While it traveled, galaxies were born and destroyed. Stars ignited and collapsed. Space itself stretched and expanded, and yet, through all of that chaos, the signal survived. When it reached Earth, it was faint, distorted, aged by time and distance. But even in its weakened state, it carried an energy that shocked scientists. For a fraction of a second, this signal outshone entire galaxies. Whatever produced it unleashed more energy in a blink than our sun will release in its entire lifetime. And the most unsettling part was this: it did not repeat. It came once. It screamed across the universe. And then it was gone. Astronomers called it a fast radio burst, a name that sounds almost harmless, but hides a terrifying truth. These bursts are among the most violent events ever observed. They do not come from calm, stable stars. They are born from extreme environments where matter is crushed beyond comprehension, where gravity twists reality, and where time itself behaves strangely. As scientists traced the signal backward, using its distortions as clues, they realized they were not just locating a source, they were reading a cosmic journey. The signal had passed through clouds of gas between galaxies, each one leaving a subtle fingerprint. It had been bent by gravity, stretched by the expansion of the universe, and scarred by the invisible structure of space itself. In a strange way, the signal had become a messenger, carrying with it a record of everything it had passed through. The leading explanation pointed toward these are neutron stars, the collapsed cores of massive stars that died in supernova explosions. A magnetar is what happens when nature pushes physics to its breaking point. It is a city-sized object with more mass than our sun, spinning rapidly, wrapped in a magnetic field trillions of times stronger than anything we can produce on Earth. If a magnetar shifts or cracks, it releases a magnetic shockwave that can tear through space and unleash a burst of radio energy powerful enough to cross the universe. If this signal came from a magnetar, then what we detected was the distant echo of a star screaming as it fractured under forces we can barely imagine. A death cry, frozen in time, finally reaching us billions of years later. Another theory is even more violent: the collision of two neutron stars. These are stellar corpses locked in a deadly dance, spiraling closer and closer together over millions of years. When they finally collide, they shake space-time itself, releasing gravitational waves and unimaginable energy. If the signal came from such a collision, then what we heard was the final moment of two ancient stars merging into something new, perhaps a black hole, while the universe trembled around them. But there is a darker, more unsettling question that refuses to disappear. What if the signal was not natural at all? What if it was artificial? The idea is controversial, and most scientists approach it with caution. But the universe does not care about our comfort. The signal was incredibly focused, incredibly powerful, and incredibly brief. Some have asked whether it could have been a beacon, a test, or a byproduct of technology so advanced it would look like magic to us. If that were true, then the signal was sent long before humans existed, long before Earth could respond, which raises a chilling possibility. It was never meant for us. We simply happened to be in the way. The signal did not carry information we could decode. No patterns, no message, no greeting, just raw energy. But even silence can be meaningful. The absence of repetition, the lack of response, the sheer scale of time involved, all of it forces us to confront how fragile and brief our existence really is. As astronomers continued searching the skies, they found more signals. Not one, not two, hundreds. Some repeated. Some never did. Some came from nearby galaxies. Others from the edge of the observable universe. Together, they revealed a universe that is anything but quiet. Beneath the calm beauty of the night sky lies constant violence, stars collapsing, matter ripping apart, and energy exploding across space. What makes the signal from 4 billion light-years away so haunting is not just its power, but its timing. It arrived at a moment when humanity had finally built instruments sensitive enough to notice it. A few centuries earlier, it would have passed unnoticed. A few centuries from now, and who knows if anyone will still be listening. In this vast timeline of the universe, our awareness exists for only a fleeting moment, and yet, in that fleeting moment, we are able to look back, to reconstruct an event that happened billions of years ago in a galaxy we will never visit, to feel awe instead of fear, curiosity instead of despair. The signal connects us to something ancient, an immense reminder that we are part of a story far larger than ourselves. Imagine standing under a clear night sky, far from city lights. The stars seem peaceful, eternal. But now, you know the truth. Somewhere out there, at this very moment, stars are dying. Galaxies are colliding. Signals are being born that will not reach anyone until long after humanity is gone. The universe is not silent. It is alive with echoes. The signal that came from 4 billion light-years away does not threaten us. It does not warn us. It does something far more profound. It humbles us. It reminds us that the universe existed long before us and will continue long after we are gone. That our planet, our history, and our fears are tiny ripples in a cosmic ocean. And yet, there is hope in that realization. Because against all odds, the universe has produced a species capable of wondering, capable of listening, capable of being moved by a whisper that began its journey before Earth itself was born. One day, another signal will arrive. Maybe stronger, maybe closer, maybe stranger. And when it does, we will listen again. Not because we expect answers, but because listening is what makes us human. The universe spoke for billion years ago, and for one brief moment in cosmic time, we were here to hear it.